Hi Leo, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. Let's get straight into it. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, let's have a look, see. You have... Boom! Look at that. The Sun card. It's about fucking time that Leo's got some good news. All right, so this is beautiful. Look at this. So what I always say about the Sun card, it enhances the blessings that are likely to show up in your reading, and it also diminishes the challenges, which means whatever challenges, if there are any that come up in your reading this week, they are likely to pass quite quickly. Now, the Sun card is light, heat, blessings, joy, abundance. For some of you, this could potentially spell travel plans as well, right? Maybe you're planning a trip or getting ready for one. Another way that the Sun card will show up as well, it brings an optimism, and because it shows up as the key to the week, one of the things that the message is here is it's going to be an easier and smooth week. Whatever the cards are that show up after this, it's not going to be what it could have been, right? If they are challenging, it won't be as bad as it could have been. This is like where you get an easy pass. I love this, right? And as we see, because you are ruled by the Sun, my ascendant brothers and sisters, this is absolutely fantastic news. So for your actions and options, you've got the Death card. All right, so as I was saying, right, whatever challenging card shows up, when is death, when is it a blessing? Right, when an elderly family member is ill and has been for a while and is in severe pain, that's when death is a blessing. When we are in a really bad situation, whether it's a relationship or a job or whatever, and it comes to an end. When is death an ending, a completion, a culmination, a blessing? Now, because your actions and options is about what you do, this does suggest that you are releasing something, but you're doing it in love, you're doing it in light, and whatever it is that you're letting go of, it really is freeing up a lot of internal space in terms of the options that are available to you. The Death card basically says this week you are going to know what is for you and what is not for you. You will be 100% clear. And why? Because nothing can hide in the light of day. And that's not to say day is better than night and da 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 da. It's not all of that, but this is to say basically there's no way of hiding. So this week you're going to have an amazing amount of clarity, and so I really love this for you. Then you have the Strength card, all right, in your communications and conversations. So the Strength card is you, literally the sign of Leo, and your Sun card energy shows up here as well. So you've got like this double hit now of energy that speaks to you, to your vitality. Your conversations and communications are going to require bravery this week. There are going to be potentially some tough conversations that will need to be had. You may hear something, maybe somebody says something to you that really elicits an emotional reaction, and you have to find a way to really hold on to that, to say, right, okay, you know what, I'm not going to fly off the handle. I'm going to take on board what you say, and I'm going to work through it in any way that I can. Another way that this shows up as well, the conversations that you are having will require you to be more present than ever as you divulge or share whatever it is that you're sharing. Now, in terms of those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, there's some kind of performance coming up here. And this speaks very loudly. Like for a lot of you, there's some kind of demonstrative, and Leo is a very demonstrative sign. There's some kind of demonstrative energy in your communications this week, which means it's like it's not enough to say something, you're going to have to show it. You have to really, you're going to have to put your money where your mouth is, as the saying goes. Now, because you've got the death card here as well, this conversation or some conversations that you have will be ones where you outline that something is coming to an end or is no longer going to perpetuate. This could be actually where in some regard you kind of draw a line in the sand or draw a line under an experience or a connection. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, you're going to need all of your smarts, all of your grit, all of your energy this week. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody announces that they are leaving from your job and it sees you kind of like, shit, I really saw you as an ally. I really saw you as the boss that I needed. I really saw you as a person that I could count on. And now you're not going to be here. This opens up a window of opportunity though, which means you could be stepping into that person's job role, or it could create the right conditions that you need in order for you to have some kind of advancement. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is you doing something that either goes against the grain or feels very uncomfortable to you. There might be a part of you where you're like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this, or I don't know if it feels right. And by going down that path and having the guts, the strength, the courage to go after this thing that, you know, maybe you've been worried everyone's going to judge you for or whatever, it's like you come to this realization this week that, you know what, I can't be arsed with that. You're either going to love me or you're going to hate me, and you're going to chat shit about me either which way. So you know what, I might as well just do the thing that I want to do. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, for those of you specifically as well that have been either bedbound, bedridden, for those of you that have had injuries, etc., it's like this week you finally feel like, yeah, you know what, I finally feel like I'm back in my body. So I like this. I actually really like this. I think it could be great, because it's almost like you're getting command back of yourself, your senses, your physical being in some regard. And then for your for your love and relations, you've got the Judgment card. So this combination, and look, we're 3 for 3 at this point. Okay, your key to the week will always be a major arcana card, but look, excuse me, we're 3 for 3. Now, the Judgment card coupled with the Death card can very often speak to things like, you know, it usually spells out actual physical death. A touch wood, I hope I'm wrong on that front. This could be of an elderly person. It usually is somebody that's older. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this represents an impasse. This is you and your partner kind of reaching a point where you're like, okay, we are done with this, or we will not have this experience again. And the weird thing is, I don't see this as your relationship coming to an end. I see this as something that you and your partner agree on, where you have like this united front where you say, right, yeah, you know what, we're not hanging around with these people anymore. Or actually, you know what, that in-law can no longer visit, you know, overnight or whatever. There's something here where you and your partner are drawing a very solid line underneath something, but you're doing it as a collective. When it comes to those of you that are single, I would not be surprised if this week you find out, and again, I touch wood, I hope I'm wrong on this front, you know, regardless of whether my exes are good people or I've had good times or bad times with them or whatever is irrelevant, I would never wish death or anything like that on anyone. It may very well be, though, you know, and again, I hope I'm wrong, that you have news of an ex passing away. This might find you in some way, shape or form, or in some regard, you might have a message or some kind of communication that comes in around that and you're like, whoa, you know, it might really sort of throw you for a loop. So I'm intrigued as to how that could possibly show up. Now, if you're single and looking to mingle, all of your previous types go out of the window this week. All right, like whoever or whatever you've dated before, someone different, and when I say different in all senses, someone completely different is coming into your world and is going to knock you for 6 in a good way. For your money and materials, you have the Page of Pentacles. I will take it, I will take it, I will take it. New financial blessings and abundance are finding you over the course of this week. The Page of Pentacles suggests, because you've got the Sun card here as well, it suggests that some new endeavor that you start this week will have very good financial blessings, but it's almost like they'll be slow to come. If you're expecting this to be like the money's just going to show up this week, it's not that. But the steps that you are taking this week lead to big financial developments in your future, which I absolutely love for you. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your neck, your throat in particular. If you play any kind of sport or anything like that, this would be one of those weeks to really make sure you're doing your stretches and your cool downs, etc. When it comes to your home and environment, the Page of Pentacles is a development on the home front that makes you really happy. Because it's opposite the Judgment card, that's money that comes over time. But there is a change in your finances that starts this week. You will feel it. It might just be something that feels a little lighter, but you will see it. And then finally, when it comes to paperwork, documentation to do with the home, the property, the family, wills, etc., all of that kind of stuff, it will be what it needs to be. And it looks like you will be presiding over this in some way, shape or form. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.